Hey, living in Boulder Vlog, November 22nd, 2019, 7:25 p.m. Friday. So, I decided, I guess, to go and wait later on to do this video. Maybe I should get it. I think I have a selfie stick. I should try to do this with a selfie stick. It's hung on my wall somewhere. I have to look around my room until I find it. So, I'm kind of high right now. I got really high. So yesterday, I decided to do the video later because I did the video last night for yesterday, and I was working until like 10 or something, and then I went to sleep and didn't get up until later on. My mom actually got me up because she was gonna go pick up her vacuum in Denver and wanted to bring mine over to get it serviced, and said that they said that it didn't need to be serviced. I think yesterday I said that I yawn when I stretch, and when I stretch, I feel like really good. It's like my way of getting exercise is stretching. So yesterday I said I was working on. I had migrated over to Region 8, and because I wanted to look at those interesting buildings. There's this building called Basilica Opia, which is the biggest highest interior building in Rome, and built that, and then the library, and didn't actually finish the Column of Trajan, and then I noticed because I was rewatching a lecture, a Yale lecture. This woman, she gave it, I guess, in 2010 about the whole course lecture of the architecture in Rome, and one of the episodes, one of the classes, she was talking about the interior, shopping mall they had, and there was this road, and I was talking about yesterday. Anyway, I wanted to build that, and the sidewalk and everything. I was watching her video today, and she was talking about Commodus, and said that Commodus got killed by a gladiator in the Colosseum, like from that movie Gladiator. And I went, what? That's a Yale professor, history professor, architecture, telling people that Commodus got killed in the Colosseum. So I was going to comment and correct her because he got killed in his house, and but freaking Yale turns the comments off. What the hell's wrong with people, man? And I've noticed that all kinds of people all over the place, like official companies and like media companies, like I think it was, I can't remember who it was, another college, or maybe it was a TV channel or something, have their comments turned off. That is so that is so Russia. It's getting scary, man. We need to take the world over from these suppressors of knowledge. I was reading the Wikipedia article of intellectual suppression, and yeah, it's crazy. People get freaked out by the intellectuals, and then they want to shut them down and kill them. And anyway, that's a whole nother story. So I was working on yesterday. So then yesterday was the day that I was working on organizing, kind of making sure that all the buildings were in their proper regions, because I had buildings in the wrong regions because I never organized it since I built it. And I had double built a few things too, which is kind of a bummer. Or maybe I had double copied it, but hopefully that was what happened. But and then I even had to finish where regions even connected at one point. I never completely figured that one out, and so then I looked in Region 3, Isis and Serapis. It's the region that has the Colosseum, and saw that I'd never actually built up the Gladiator Coliseum right next to the real Coliseum. They have a arena almost as big, or as big as the Coliseum arena, and then they have seating around it that holds 3,400 people, and then they have actually balconies that surround it where the gladiators live that could seat like another 3,000 people, but standing people. But I didn't build it before because the map, which is really detailed, didn't have the stands drawn in for some reason. He only had the structure, so I just skipped it. But mentioned, I heard a guy from Rome Reborn saying it had 3,000 people, and that sparked my interest. And so then I did the Wikipedia. They said they had nine gradius, nine stand levels, and then I measured it, and it turned out that it fit nine pretty well. I would have put eight, but it fit nine, and so I built it. I built the. It's called the Ludus Magnus, I think is what it's called, and you can still see it. They dug it up, but it was connected to the Colosseum underground. I was thinking about building an underground Google Earth too, so, but I built that, and that took the whole other second half of the day to build. But I built it, and it looks really good. And yeah, so today I got up and I was going to start with region 6 because I want to do the easier regions because I feel like I'm making faster progress that way. And then I'll finish up on region 9, which is the big one. So region 6 has a bunch of temples, which are super easy to build. You can just do them one after another, but it's bogs me down because I never traced the stairs before. My other idea, and this is what also bogged me down on region 8, was because I already traced the stairs on those. I did them by meters. So I just calculated, I think like every 4 steps was a meter. So if I saw a temple and I saw 12 steps, I just drew 3 stairs because I figured, because you can only increase it on Google Earth in increments of 3. So, but since then, since I built with the Colosseum, I decided to go ahead and trace 100% detail, trace all of the steps because it gives you an idea of how big the steps were. But I think his steps might be double size anyway. But they were there, and I wanted to trace it. If he went through the time to put it there, I should put the time to put it on Google Earth. So I'm deleting all of the steps, and then I didn't do it all of them with 8, but this one most of them I'm deleting the steps and recreating the steps, which takes a long time. So that's what I'll do today. Work on region 6, and maybe I can finish it and then go on the other easier regions until I finish all of the buildings. The region 6 is easier because even though it's a region and even though it's a smaller region, if it was filled up, it could take a while, but it's not as close to the center. And the guy who made the map back in 1750, he only did important buildings, and so the Palatine Hill was jam packed with buildings, and Region 9 was mostly filled with buildings, but in this outer one, he's only had just the most important temples. So it's not as many buildings I have to trace. Man, I'm not looking at myself. I'm looking at my pillow. So it'll go by a lot quicker. That's why I might be able to get through this whole thing in one day. And then once I'm done with the whole city, I can then look at the numbers and make sure that I have all of the proper number of granaries, apartments, houses, baths, and cisterns, because we know that from the year 351 from the census that they had. That's on my website. So I'm using that one, plugging it in for 211, and just everything within the wall, and just calling it a day. It'll be, and my model is to use the roads that we already have. So if somebody else wants to be totally accurate, you could use the roads that they had, but then you wouldn't be able to retrace it when you actually go to Rome because a lot of roads that they had don't exist anymore. So, almost talked 9 minutes. So, yeah, tomorrow I'm going to do my video in the morning. I'll get going on doing the videos in the morning from now on. And, yeah, finish region 9 today. Oh, yeah, but the region I'm on region 6. I mean, the reason I'm in region 6 is because, and I wanted to start it out on the temples, but I wanted to circle back around and do the big one, which was the big project of region 6, which is the mall, the interior mall, where you can still see the cobblestone road on Rome. I only saw 2 cobblestones where you can still see the original cobblestone in downtown Rome, and this is one of them. But this one also has the original sidewalk next to it, so I wanted to build a sidewalk onto it with my map. So I can't trace it directly over because the map's a little bit off, but yeah, that's gonna be interesting to try to rebuild that. And all of it's pretty simple compared to what I'm used to. Oh, whoa, almost 10 minutes. All right, talk to you tomorrow.